Welcome. Well, you are at home with Jim and Joy, and you are an important part of our EWTN family, and we're delighted that you've welcomed us into your home. You know, we'd love to hear from you. So today we're taking questions from you, our viewing audience. So if you're watching the show during the live broadcast on Monday, give us a jingle at 1-800-221-9460. If you're calling and you're outside North America, you can reach us at area code 205-271-2980. You can always send us an email with your question to jimandjoy@ewtn.com or reach us on Twitter, twitter.com/Jim and Joy Pinto. Well, today, our beautiful title for our show is the local marches, multiple benefits. That's our theme for this week.
Yeah.
And we're just coming off one.
Yeah, we had our Birmingham March for Life this past Saturday. We've been doing that for about 35 years now in the city of Birmingham. And as all the large marches come up, the March for Life, Walk for Life, West Coast, and the One Life LA, if you go to marchforlife.org/local, marchforlife.org/local, you'll see that there were 80 other local marches throughout the country in smaller cities like Birmingham and other cities. Chicago had it. It's not a small city.
Right.
And so we want to share a little bit about local marches and the benefits of local marches. We do want to hear from you. We want you to call in if you have attended a local area march, or you're going to be going to one, or even if you're going to the larger marches. Why do you do that? Have you ever gone to one? What are the benefits that are there that happen to you personally or as a family, to the church, to the community, cross-denominationally, believers and non-believers? So what are the benefits that you're experiencing about local marches and what they do for your community? And for us, over the years, it's just been tremendous. And, you know, when we first started doing our local marches, you know, we had 7 abortion mills in Birmingham, 5 always operating at one time, and then 2 others kind of came when another one closed down. When 2 closed down, 2 more came. And we only have 1 abortion mill in Birmingham.
Yes.
And so it's nice to see what's happened over 30-something years. And it's very encouraging to the people that have participated all that time. And then you have people that just come for the first time. And so kind of what happens over the years, and to be able to celebrate that. So we would march past 2 abortion mills that were functioning, and now we march past 2 abortion mills. One's a parking lot, and one is another one where not one stone is left upon another. You see? And so that's powerful. That's a great encouragement. There's momentum. And I also want you to think about, as we share, as you know, if you've ever participated in a local march or the larger marches, it's really not just the march or the walk. There's usually a mass that takes place before. There's a mass, a Respect Life mass. Then there's a rally, not the march. What is a rally? What takes place at a rally? We want to share with you about that, what takes place at ours and other places, why it would be beneficial for you to come, or if you're there, what you learn. And then finally, you do the walk. But it's usually in those 3 segments.
Right. And I got to go to the Mass, and it's well attended at our cathedral, just absolutely beautiful. Our bishop was our celebrant, did a beautiful job, preached a wonderful homily. And different people go to the marches. That we had maybe more elderly people at our Mass, people who couldn't go out and do the march or maybe attend the rally. So there's ways that you can participate. Or maybe you say, well, the only way I could participate is I do the rally and I do the march. Or maybe I just come with my whole entire family and we do the rally, and then I can't take all my children and I don't do that. Whatever you do, it's great, right? Which is so important.
And during the show, we want to hear from you. If you have participated, do you go to all 3, the Mass, the rally, and the march, or you just do one? If so, what are you getting out of that? 1-800-221-9460, 1-800-221-9460. This is really pro-life month. And too often, pro-life is out of sight, out of mind. But in January, especially with EWTN, it's in sight, it's in mind, and guess what happens? The church gets renewed. Your family gets renewed.
Women and men get healed.
Men and women who need post-abortion healing are hearing about this and say, where can I get help? I want to be forgiven. I want to be set free. New groups spring up. So we want to hear from you. Are you excited about the movement? 1-800-221-9460.
Well, I love being at the march. We've been doing it for a long time, and you do a lot of work as you prepare for many months. It doesn't just happen. A lot of work goes into it, but it's a beautiful, visible witness to the, first of all, the powers and principalities in the air, to your city, to your neighbor, and then to the Christian community that you come out. There's Protestant, Catholics, blacks, white, old, young, people who've been in the movement for a long time, and people who show up and go, this is my first march. All are welcome.
So we want to hear from you. Email us, call us, 1-800-221-9460. What are you calling about? The benefit of people gathering together at local marches, or what you're doing just at home and praying, and what this means to you. We'll be right back. Plenty more to come. We're standing for life with you. Don't go away.
Welcome back. Well, you are at home with Jim and Joy. And remember, we're taking your questions today. So if you're watching during the live broadcast, give us a jingle at 1-800-221-9460. If you're calling and you're outside North America, you can reach us at area code 205-271-2980. You can email us, jimandjoy@ewtn.com, or reach us on Twitter, twitter.com/Jim and Joy Pinto.
It's all about pro-life today, especially taking to the streets, the big marches that are coming up. EWTN will cover everything, but we wanted to speak about the 80 other local marches, some of which have already taken place, some that are going to be taking place. Have you ever participated? What are the benefits? You can always go to marchforlife.org/local, marchforlife.org/local. That will list all the local marches. Maybe there's one in your community, you don't even know about it. So we want you to know where they are and what's happening.
And we really want to encourage you, like if you've been to a march and maybe there was nobody else there from your church, maybe your pastor doesn't know about the marches. Guess what? Tag, you're it. You're the person to bring it to your pastor and say, hey, this is what we did. I gathered with the Christian community here in Birmingham or wherever, whatever city you are in, to say, what are we saying about it? And to go back to your pastor and to say, this is what's happening, and we need to get on that radar screen because we're off the radar.
And I want to help mobilize it. I want to help to make it happen, Father. I want to assist you. I know you're doing a million things, but you know, we have an abortion mill in our community. Right, so we speak about abortion, it's kind of just out there, pro-choice, pro-life, but you know, when it's right down the block from you, all of us need to know where the abortion mill is in our city. And if nothing else, go down there, stay in your car if you want, and just pray for that. But we have a particular responsibility as citizens of this particular city to rise up in love and to confront this evil and to pray that Almighty God would remove it and that the people that are doing such things would be converted.
Well, we have a phone call. Deborah, welcome to At Home with Jim and Joy. Your question or your comment?
I just wanted to comment about, we were recently in the Birmingham March this weekend, and it was just a wonderful event because our family really needed the encouragement that other people care about this, other people in our community care about it. It was great to see there were some teen groups that were there. There were pastors from not just Catholic churches but other churches, and you just felt this encouragement and this support that, you know, what we're fighting for, other people care about. Other people want to do this too. And, you know, it gives my kids who are, you know, teenagers, courage to stand up for what they believe in, what they know is right. And to see mothers pushing strollers with little babies in it, knowing these children have a chance at life, it just gives us hope for the future.
Thank you so much, Deborah. Well, you know, we really do appreciate that because there are families that come out. And we have always had the privilege of escorting our children. All of our children came to the marches as we were raising them. And now our grandchildren are coming to the marches. And one thing that we did at the rally this year, which was really powerful, our daughter Rebecca is pregnant with her 8th child. And it's a girl, and as far as we know, this child will be named Amelia until she's born. But right now they're calling her Amelia. And one of the things that we do at the march is we have a Doppler, and we put it over the PA system, and we get
So a Doppler is a device you can use to detect the baby's heartbeat.
To detect the baby's heartbeat. So our sonographer came, went and found the baby's heartbeat with Rebecca's help, because she kind of listens to her baby's heartbeat every day. She has a Doppler at home. And all of a sudden, the whole park, hundreds of people were there in this hush, this silence, and listening to Amelia's heartbeat. She showed up at her first pro-life rally at the age, she's either 20, 24 weeks in that stage of development. But this is how we raise up a new culture of life. And so we hear, is it a blob of tissue? Is it really a human being? Does it really matter? Yes, it matters. And so we got to put it out in the airwaves to the powers and principalities that be. Yes, life is sacred.
You know, in the debate regarding pro-life, pro-choice, you have people arguing or making their cases or debating. And I've been in a number of debates, and I always like to say, you know who's missing in this? The child's missing in this. And so you're speaking to me, I'm speaking to you. Why don't you put up some images of fetal development as we hear? Why don't you put up images of babies and abortion? Or why don't we have the heartbeat? And so what happened was, through Rebecca and that heartbeat beating, the baby entered the conversation.
Right.
So we're holding a rally and everybody's speaking this, but the baby's missing. And then all of a sudden the baby shows up. And it's not so much words now or anything. It's the reality that this is a human being, a human person, and that we've killed 61 million of them, most of them with their hearts beating, and that we've done it, that this is the reality. And you don't got to be religious, you don't got to be Catholic, you don't have to be Christian to know that that's barbaric.
You just need to be human.
And that isn't to condemn those of us that have participated in abortion, because there's mercy, grace, healing. You're some of the most eloquent spokespersons on behalf of life, but the reality is the reality regarding what happens in this surgery. And to introduce the heartbeat of a child into this is like, you know, we wanted to hear it. But it's also painful, because we're saying, my gosh, this is the reality of this to some degree. But it really did inspire the people and inspire the young people. And I like what Deborah was saying, that it encourages, it places courage inside of people, because it gets not only in your head, but it gets in your own heart. It gets into your senses. You just heard something from the ones that we're trying to defend and to protect. And yeah, you want to walk for life. You want to march for life. You're ready then to speak the truth about life. And the church is being built up through this movement, Protestant and Catholic together, or even non-believers that are saying, you know, I don't even believe in your God, but I don't think it's right to kill innocent people. Can I join you? Of course you can.
Well, and one of the other things that we do at the march is we educate at the rally. So we're giving the people some information just to say, this is what's happening. And so we always give a report from all of the pregnancy resource centers to say there's, you know, there's a bunch of people who are there, who are doing the ministry on the front lines. If you're not doing 40 Days for Life and you're running pregnancy medical centers.
So why don't we go, I know you got some statistics from Birmingham, but let's take this call unless we lose her.
All right. Latoya, welcome to At Home with Jim and Joy. Your question or your comment?
I have a comment, and thank you so much for taking my question. One of the things I wanted to bring to mind is that many people who are pro-life work. And I think that sometimes people who work feel like, because I can't be present, there's not much else I can do. And there are other ways that they can be supportive, such as the ways that they can contribute it, even if they gave financially, for coffee for those who are going. Or if they decide to just bring a case of water. Or maybe they may say, hey, you know what, this is about children and we know it. How about if you just, we have our parishes say, bring a teddy bear, so that teddy bear can be presented as those who are going are marching. And it is really important, and it's so powerful that, yes, we are present, let's be there. But let's also remind ourselves, even if we can't be there, we can still support those who are going. Let's find ways for those who work and who are pro-life to be involved. And let's also make that a mission, too.
Yeah, well, and Latoya, that is so well taken, because it is true. How many people didn't show up who were there in prayer, who were there because they have done great deeds, you know, in ways that they participated, making signs for those who are going bankrolling, so pregnancy medical centers can have a visible witness on the front lines. And there are so many ways that, yes, that you can be involved in the pro-life movement. And we get to give the reports. And so some of the reports that we were able to share, and this is just here in the Birmingham area. The Pregnancy Resource Centers serviced over 13,389 clients. We performed over 2,494 ultrasounds. We served 5,300 clients in our educational programs. The gospel presentation, or we had a spiritual discussion with clients who came in, was 4,658. And babies that were saved, like clients who came in to have abortions going into the pregnancy resource centers or pregnancy medical centers, thinking they were abortion minded and they were going to abort their babies, 554 babies were saved. So it was like, yes, that's so exciting. And then we performed over 3,849 pregnancy tests.
Those kind of stats we're speaking about, what happens at local marches. So you might hear stats like that in whatever city you're from throughout this country. And so it really encourages the people locally to say, wow, you know, 500 and how many babies saved in the city?
534 right here, just in the metro area.
And they just immediately started applauding. You know, our people need to know they're making a difference.
Yes.
We need to understand that the pro-life movement is marching on and that we're winning this battle. If we didn't have Roe versus Wade and Doe versus Bolton over us, the vast majority of people, if they were left to vote on it, understand and know that this is wrong and shouldn't be happening. We also give legislative updates at these.
Give that legislative update that happens.
And so each state is different, but what's going on legislatively? You know, in our own state, we've made many gains, and recently, over the past year, that we passed an amendment to our Constitution that says that nothing in our Constitution should be understood that we have the right to abort a baby or to have to pay for abortions, and that we believe in the sanctity of life from the moment of conception. So that's an amendment to our Constitution, so that when Roe versus Wade falls, that it goes back to the states, and we've already laid the groundwork to say that Alabama is a pro-life state. We don't have anything in our Constitution about abortion, and we're all about pro-life. Planned Parenthood came into our state, $1.4 million they paid in commercials and other things to stop that amendment from passing. The people trying to pass the amendment, a pro-life amendment, had $8,000, and that's a shame.
It was a David against the Goliath.
We should have had more than $8,000.
It was an event.
$8,000 to $1.4 million, and guess what? People voted by a wide margin in the state of Alabama that they want an amendment to the Constitution that makes it absolutely clear there's nothing in our Constitution about abortion, and wanted to be absolutely clear, we're all about human life begins at conception, and one day this law is going to fall, and Alabama will be a pro-life state. You need to be doing that in every state as best you can.
Well, and then I had the privilege yesterday. Yesterday was a pretty phenomenal day. I got to go to a baptism of one of our babies, one of our clients who had come in. She was in an unplanned pregnancy, and so I got to go to the baby's baptism, which was just exciting. Yeah. Then I had to go to the store because I had to run an errand for the center. And I'm at the center, and I run into one of my other clients who is had her son in the cart, grocery cart, and he is turning 1 year old. That baby, she was thinking, it was an unplanned pregnancy, and she wasn't thinking she was going to do life. This is within 2 minutes of each other. I turn my cart, and there's another lady, a mom, who brought her daughter to the center, and we talked, and her grandson is going to be 2. And it was just like God just saying, oh, hold on, Joy, all this matters. I know you can get weary in doing well, but I was like swamped with the evidence of what's happening at pregnancy medical centers.
I mean, there's nothing like visibly seeing people, babies, that were not supposed to exist. They were supposed to be gone and not seen, and they pop up. They have life. And we ask those that have been aborted to intercede for us. And we ask for those who've had abortions to be healed and to take up the cause of the pro-life movement and make reparation through declaring the gospel of life. Please don't go away. We're speaking pro-life. Plenty more to come. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Well, before we wrap up today's show, we're going to hear from Catherine Hadro. Catherine, this is a big week for the pro-life movement. Tell us the plans for the March for Life.
Hi, Jim and Joy. Yes, I'm hoping our pro-life viewers will be in Washington, D.C. for the March for Life, because as we do every year, EWTN will have wall-to-wall coverage of this major pro-life event. You know you can depend on us to be there. Beginning Thursday evening at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, we'll bring you the opening mass of the National Prayer Vigil for Life. Then on Friday morning at 7:30 a.m., you'll be able to watch the closing mass from the National Basilica. But starting this Friday at 9 a.m. will be our live coverage of the entire March for Life event. I'll be speaking with pro-life heavy hitters like Live Action's Lila Rose, Obianuju Ekiocha from Culture of Life Africa, Abby Johnson, among many others. I'll also speak with lawmakers, including Senator Steve Daines, to hear what they are doing to bring pro-life action to Capitol Hill. We'll also have correspondents out at the rally, White House, and Supreme Court, making sure we bring you the faces and voices of those pro-lifers marching in the street. And make sure you tune in, because at noon Eastern, we'll take you to the rally stage to hear from the March for Life speakers. The pro-life coverage continues Saturday evening in Southern California with One Life LA at 5 p.m. This is such an exciting time for the pro-life movement. You know we won't miss it, and you shouldn't either. Be sure to tune into EWTN to catch our live March for Life coverage. I'll see you there. But for now, back to you at home.
Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you so much, Catherine Hadro. Well, she is one busy girl, that is for sure.
Yes.
And we thank God for all of what EWTN is doing to promote the gospel of life, to cover all these marches, and to hear from all these tremendous witnesses. It's really interesting what Catherine was sharing. A number of those people that she mentioned who are going to be speaking, they're converts to the faith.
Yes.
And somebody shared with us recently that so much of the pro-life movement now is led by converts.
Yes.
Those who have changed their minds, those who've been converted, those who have repented of their participation in the culture of death, now have been converted, like Saul to Paul, and been converted, and they are on fire, and they are merciful, because those who have forgiven much love much. And maybe that's you out there. Maybe you've participated somehow, some way in the culture of death. It is God's will that you would know that you are forgiven, that you are set free, that He wants to empower you to pray, to be an intercessor. He wants you to be a giver. He wants you to share with your loved ones about the gospel of life, the good news of life, of every human being, the preciousness of every human being, of the welcoming of children into this world, and that all together we will build a new culture of life.
Well, you know, it was Sean Carney who was on the show, and he said, you know, it's not going the other way. People aren't running pregnancy medical centers and go, oh, I think I'm wrong about this, and I'm going to go run an abortion clinic now. Yep. It's not going that way. It's all the other way. Women who've run abortion clinics, abortionists, they're the ones that are converting and running pregnancy medical centers and taking the torch and saying, that was all a lie.
Yeah. And let's remember that, you know, when we started today, we were speaking about the pro-life mass. And what I want to emphasize there is just simply that spirituality for the pro-life movement, Catholics, is Eucharistic. You know, that we're trying to stand for life, but Jesus is life Himself. And so it's so important that we adore Jesus in the most blessed sacrament of the Holy Eucharist. It's so important that we partake of Him, so that the very life of God is within us as we seek to declare the sanctity and dignity of every human being. We here at EWTN want you to be encouraged. Remember that our March for Life coverage begins Thursday, January 17th, with the opening Mass of the National Prayer Vigil, 5:30 Eastern Time, 4:30 Central. Friday, January 18th, the closing Mass of the National Prayer Vigil for Life, 7:30 Eastern Time, 6:30 Central Time. So March for Life is 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Central Time. Saturday, January 19th, One Life LA, 4:45 p.m. Eastern Time, 3:45 Central Time. Pro-Life Mass from Los Angeles, 8 and 7 Central Time. Remember, every Catholic is called to be a missionary, an evangelist of human dignity, and you are sent by God to evangelize this world. God bless you. Keep it on EWTN. Bye now.